yeah, guys, again, it's going to be D&D 5th edition. We've got all our character sheets and everything. We've already rolled our stats. We've done all the sorts and jigs and all the ins and outs. Questions are still going to arise. We have people that have not played D&D before. Glitter. Zara, have you played ever?
No.
And Breezy, what about you, Saya? Just a little bit. Magic?
Played
It's
a
about that
couple
big.
games.
We played a couple games like 16 years ago.
I was a young man.
Your age is showing.
Back in my day, we didn't have no computers. Calculators filled the entire room. They could only do subtraction.
All right.
That was it.
All right. So, let's go ahead and start out with, if you want to, you can introduce your character. I'm going to be the dungeon master. I'm very loose. We're going to be... I'm not like that loose.
Phrasing.
Jesus Christ. I'm a very loose
got
DM.
My.
I'm not very strict. If it seems plausible, I'm going to allow it. But obviously they got to do the rolls and stuff for it. Magic. Little higher, magic. Magic, little higher. Little higher.
No, it's because the magic thing is in the way last time. The
Right.
magic is Father White was in the way.
So yeah, I'm not a very strict DM. I don't know the entire rule set for 5e, so I use my knowledge off of the 4th edition. It's kind of where I was bred, I guess you can say. So yeah, there's going to be things that may not actually apply to the rule book, but again, I'm very loose DM. I kind of, if it makes sense, sure, I'm going to allow it, type thing. So we'll go backwards this time. Zora, if you want to say anything about your character now, just kind of like what you look like, how, things like that. What do you wear? People will probably care. So go ahead.
They may or they may not care. But my character's name is Sarah Theo. You can just call her Sarah if you want. I don't really care. She might. But she's a hunter ranger wood elf. She doesn't really have an alignment right now. She didn't really care. So I guess you could call her neutral. If any of you guys have played Guild Wars, she wears like the typical ranger outfit. She has like a cloak with a hood on it and stuff. She has basically the same hair color as me, partly because I didn't want to dye my hair. That's just a lot of money. She has copper skin and green eyes. I got a tan first, so that's not happening just yet. But yeah.
All right, fair enough. We'll go backwards. Breezy, now you. Yeah, if you guys want to share, you guys are welcome to share backstories a little bit. It's up to you guys. I'm sure it's going to be found out throughout the game. But yeah, so go ahead.
I just put the command in chat for those of you who just have been here for a while. I'm a dwarf. Carry a big ass warhammer, about 4'8" in height, a little bit shorter than Zora.
The hammer's actually bigger than he is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I did not.
And that dick is even bigger.
Starting off on the right foot.
Oh yeah. Plate armor. Got that big old armor. Got to go big on everything. I have some character flaws that you should all enjoy. You'll find out as we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Dwarf. Fucking elves.
Here we fucking go.
Fair enough. All right, Glitter, your turn. What's your character look like?
Okay, my character's name is Cassandra Croft. She is about 5'9". She has long black hair. She wears a big cloak. She's a tiefling. So she has a really big cloak. That's the hood is big enough to cover her horns, and she has black gloves on, and she has a staff that's about, I want to say 6 feet 6'2" ish, about that tall, that she carries around and like holds always. She doesn't have a lot of armor because she also has the Draconic bloodline inside of her, so she doesn't really wear a lot of armor. And yeah, she really likes to keep to herself. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Magic, your character.
I'm just a human monk, a little less than 30 years of age. I started a pilgrimage a couple years ago, and somehow I ran into these bunch of fucking clown car of adventuring party.
You.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
Rich,
Um,
what's your character?
To kill all of you guys.
Magic.
Roll
Question for
down.
you.
D&D devil.
Magic. Are you still doing the drunk?
No, I'm not
You're a
doing the
drunk monk. You're a drunk monk.
I'm not a drunk
No.
monk. I'm
Yes,
just a
you
drunk
are.
guy playing a monk.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started, I guess. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Our setting, typical kind of world for you. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys here in just a second a very quick overview of the world that we are kind of in. I don't know if this is messed up yet. We had to fix a couple things, so we're gonna go and switch over. Players, you're about to see it in Roll20. So if you guys want to go ahead and switch over to Roll20 real quick.
Yep.
This is kind of the way the world is set up. We've got a main capital in the middle. And then these little circles are just little towns, cities. They're not like little pebbles. They're more towns and cities connected to the Dwarven capital, the Elven capital, and the human capital. So yeah, that's kind of... I imagine the cities, the capitals, being shaped a lot like Attack on Titan's city. Like, if you ever seen that anime. That's kind of how I envision it in my head. So, yeah. So we're going to be starting off in the town of Hyran.
Hyrule, he mean.
No, not Hyrule. Hyrule's for nerds.
Hey, Rich, before we continue, Master Groudon, $50.
Yep, he followed. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Good day to follow. This is a great day to follow.
Good day to follow.
It's a good day to follow.
Somebody's gonna die.
It's probably
Oh my
glitter.
god.
But yeah, guys, heads
Hit
up.
points you
I
got.
won't be really shouting out follows and stuff today. I'll get you next time I see you in chat because I do have all that stuff going on. But again, we're recording this and it's for YouTube. I won't be able to come in, watch it without the interruptions of alerts and stuff like that. So anything you guys do, follow, any donations, stuff like that, I do greatly appreciate. I don't want you to feel like I'm leaving you out, but just for the sake of the show and for anybody that wants to watch on YouTube that maybe doesn't catch it live, just try to keep it going. So yeah, huge love to each and every person out there already. So
Magic being lame.
all right, so let's go ahead and move over to...
He's writing something.
We're gonna move over to our city here, in Hyran.
Oh.
All right, so Breezy, your character's been here for a while. Magic, I don't know if you're just walking into town just now, finally, or where.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than likely, yeah, I'm just walking into town. Making
Okay.
my way downtown.
Making your way downtown. All right, Glitter. We know that you're just finally getting to this town after
Yep.
leaving another town not too long ago, and
Yep.
Zora, your character. I'm just gonna call her Sari because I don't know how to say that name.
Just say Sarah.
Okay, well, Sarah, your character has just kind of stumbled upon the town as well, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, Breezy, where do you start out since you're the one that's already here? You can move your character, actually, as well. You're the dwarf up here. Let me go and switch this over to rolls as well. Let's clear that out.
Somewhere nearby, something of that caliber.
Uh,
Since I am building a water wheel.
Let's just say it's near dusk. It's like 6, 7 o'clock. Okay, so you've already done your work for the day.
Gotcha.
And now you're just trying to kind of relax and have a good time. So
I can't move my guy.
you can't move your guy. All right, where do you want to be? And I'll move it real quick for you.
Tavern,
Tavern.
of
All right,
course.
you're in the tavern.
Bam.
Bam. So yeah, Glitter. What's the first thing you do when you come into town?
Check the bounty board.
You're gonna check the bounty board. Okay. Magic. Let's say you come down from the south of the town.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move your guy down south. Yeah, you're coming from this side. Now this town is much bigger than this. It's just a very makeshift drawing. Houses are kind of set up always in rows, kind of like they are here on this. And you got your typical city hall, blacksmith, your taverns, a couple more buildings around, but just to kind of give you the rough center of the town. There's a fountain, the tavern, the city hall. Houses over are normally actually in the direction where they are now. You go further west, you'll find more houses. You go south, you'll find a couple more, maybe government buildings. So, Magic, where would you like to move to if it's not letting you move it?
I I would say if it doesn't have the town doesn't have like a place of worship, I would probably I'd probably be by the fountain.
Oh, by the fountain. Okay, and there is a place of worship. If you want to go find it, real quick, actually.
Yeah, I'll just be making my way there slowly
Okay.
but surely.
It's further west. It's gonna be like a block or two behind where the tavern is, west of the tavern. So, and Zora, what are you doing when you walk into town?
Well, since I have my own little quest that I'm on, I'm going to be going to the tavern.
All right, so we got you in the tavern. Let's go ahead and go with Glitter here. Glitter, what are you looking for on the bounty board? Anything in particular?
Just making sure that there aren't any common
Selfies.
faces on the bounty board. You know, making sure that I can be not as on watch, I guess, looking over my shoulder the entire time while
All right.
here.
Well, when you see the bounty board, you actually only see one piece of paper.
Okay.
And it's they're asking people to find a guy named Mills and bring him in for questioning, or if you can bring him in dead, you get less of a reward. But yeah, that's the only bounty that you actually see on the bounty board right now.
Okay.
So you see that, then what do you do?
I'm probably gonna go to the tavern just to sit down because I'm tired.
Okay. And then Magic. You venture a couple blocks south, and you find out that this place of worship has been burned down.
Damn. Recently?
It looks like it maybe happened in the past week.
All right, then I'd probably go either whatever's closer to me, the tavern or the city hall, to find out like what happened.
Well, so technically the tavern's closer. Yeah, like I said, the place of worship's west of the tavern. If you're looking at the map right now. So yeah.
So I'd probably head to the tavern just to ask around like what happened to the.
Okay. So this tavern is shaped very oddly, I guess. When you walk into the tavern, if you can notice that things just seem kind of weird. If you count the stools, there's 13 bar stools, there's 13 pillars, and there's 13 tables. So, yeah, there's a bartender, and you got your, one or two drunks that are in there, and you got other people just kind of sitting down, having a bite or a drink. Breezy, what are you doing?
I'm just chilling, drinking my beer or ale. Excuse me, ale.
All right,
And I'm listening to all the rabble, as you can hear right now. This is a crowded room. There's some chat going on.
of course.
I'm listening to, just keeping my ear open, see if I hear anything. Maybe want to build something.
Okay.
Maybe looking to help some people out.
Do you
Make some
have
money.
your big hammer? Do you have your warhammer with you, or is it back home?
It is on my back.
Okay, so you're in full armor and everything right now.
No, just basic tunic right now.
Okay, but you do have your hammer with you.
I do have my hammer with me. She goes wherever I go.
Fair enough.
It's a she.
All
It's a
right.
she.
Call her Bessie.
He has even. Breezy, do you have a name for her at all?
I do have a name for her.
Oh God.
What is it?
Oh God.
I have named her through the family, out of character, of course, because you wouldn't know this. Narsil, Narsil. She is
Nice.
family heirloom. It's been in the family for generations.
Uh,
Lose it.
yeah. So again, metagaming. Your characters actually don't know that.
Correct.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Okay.
again, back to the point. I know some of you haven't played. I will give warnings starting out for the first week or two, on certain things. But after a couple weeks, if you decide you want to mess up, I'm going to let you mess up. So, yeah, Glitter, Zora, Sarah, you were the next to walk into the tavern. You walked in, and yeah, you see, some people sitting around having a drink, others at the bar eating. What do you do?
I kind of make my way to the bar and kind of just try and talk to the bartender and see if anyone fits the description of what I'm trying to find.
Okay. You walk up to the bartender, and what do you say?
I say that I have a vague description of somebody and I want to know sorry. I want to know if you've seen them. They're about 5'6". They have like black hair, but it's almost shaved into a buzz cut, and they have a scar over their right eye.
He just shakes his head. He doesn't actually say anything. Just kind of gives a nope. So yeah. Now what? Now what do you do?
Alright, I guess that I just order some food and then just kind of chill there for a bit.
Okay. Who was next? Glitter, you were next to walk in. Cassandra, what are you doing in this tavern right now?
I've just walked a very long way, and I really just need to rest. So I'm gonna go find just a back corner where I don't need to be bothered, and I'm just gonna kind of just lean back in one of the bar stools against the wall and just kind of chill out for a bit, rest my feet.
Okay. Now, are you like a more one of the tables with the chair leaning up against the wall, or are you actually like at the bar on the bar
No.
stool?
I want to be. I will be back as far away from most people
Okay.
as I can.
So you're in a
with
okay.
a chair leaning up against the wall, just kind of getting the weight off my feet.
Okay, fair enough. And then, Sir Father White, what?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go talk to the bartender.
You're gonna talk to the bartender. All right, you walk over to the bartender, and you see that he's just pouring someone a drink. Go ahead.
Excuse me, sir. When you have a moment.
He looks at you and just gives you like a 1 second, and then finishes pouring the drink, puts the lid on, walks over, and just kind of stands in front of you, puts his like hands on the bar, like he's leaning forward almost. And yeah, that's.
I would inquire for some information. What happened to the place of worship in town?
You probably should go talk to someone over at the city hall about that.
Oh, I understand that it's getting quite dark. Are they still open?
Unfortunately, they're not. You'll find that things close kind of early around here.
So I guess I'll have to wait till tomorrow. Do you have any teas? I would love tea.
I don't have any. I have apple juice.
Oh, that's even better.
Apple
I'll
juice.
take your finest glass.
All right. He goes to the back room and you hear like a lot of rumbling around, maybe through some boxes or something, and he finally finds it, brings it out, and yeah, he pours you a glass of some apple juice. And he's like, that'll be 1 silver for you, sir.
Oh, just pay for it.
Okay.
Cash.
Okay. Take checks.
Make sure you subtract the silver from your
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how to do.
Just change the gold.
I know.
Okay. So, yeah. Breezy or Bree, are you doing anything with these maybe newcomers that just came in? You've been here around here for a while, so you kind of know common faces. What are you doing when these people walk in?
All right. So of course, when the elf walked in, I spit on the ground. Of course, and I mumbled to myself, "Dirty elves." My God.
Okay.
I noticed the is Cassandra cloaked? I believe she
Yes.
was, right? Cloaked?
Yeah, she's cloaked.
Notice the cloaked figure. Keep an eye out, but just keeping an eye, not doing much, but definitely being aware of those surroundings.
Okay.
And what really strikes me is when the Father White walks in and goes and talks. I
Very
overhear.
striking.
Yes, you are very striking. I overhear that. I believe that the church or the place of worship had been damaged or burnt down of some kind.
Right.
It's hard to hear in this crowded room, of course. And I just keep an eye open, and I make a note to myself to stop by and see what's going on at the city hall.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, your food comes out, Sarah. Is there anything you want to do after you get done eating? Like, like I said, it's probably late dusk now. Like it says, probably like 6, 7 o'clock when you guys got in town. So,
Is there an inn nearby at all?
there's an upstairs to the tavern that you can just rent out a room.
I'd probably just ask the bartender how to get a room and then just go about my business doing that.
All right, so he's gonna look at you just for a second. He's gonna be like, "You pay for the room, and then you get the room."
How do you not know how money work?
Not how I meant it, but that works too. So I guess just how much is the room?
Cost you 1 gold for a night or 6 gold for a week.
I'll just take a night and then I hand him the gold for it, and then I just kind of make my way upstairs.
All right. As you're walking away, he's like, "Room number's number 3 for you."
Thanks.
On the second floor. It's a one-room tavern, but there's like a hotel attached to it.
All right.
Take her bags, please.
Ding ding.
All right. Anything anybody's wanting to do right now other than just kind of enjoy the crowd?
Yes. Is there a shop in this town?
Yes, there's definitely a shop in this town. You've lived here.
General store?
It's a small shop. It's not much. Just typical supplies for living, and then a few odds and ends that maybe a usual grocery store wouldn't have.
I'm assuming they're not open at this time.
They're about to close.
Okay. Do I have time to run over and speak to the clerk?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to do that. So I pay for my drinks, of course, or I just pull out my tab. Or whatever.
You
and,
have been here long enough. You understand that you can just leave the money on the table, and Mac will come and grab it.
Understood. So I'll do that. Thanks, Mac. Got you. And I walk out the door. I pace out the door quickly, and make my way to the general store. And as I walk in, I go up to the clerk, and I'm assuming he knows me. Right?
He's seen your face around.
Knows of me.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some of my tools from him, or not tools, materials from him.
Right.
And I just have a quick question for you, good sir. What is the price of stone? Building material stone.
Price of stone. You're probably better finding a masonry. I think there's one a couple towns away. I know people that do wood stuff. I don't know too much about stone. Maybe go closer to the capital, and you might find maybe something you're looking for.
Understood. Thank you very much, good sir.
Yeah. Anything else I can do for you? I'm trying to close up, man. You know about the curfew, so.
Yes, I'm all set. Thank you.
All
and
right.
I walk out.
All right. All right. So when you walk out, he walks right behind you, and he locks up, and you see him pace off to his house. Breezy, you will know that there's kind of like a curfew in the town. If you're out after 9, you basically get arrested. They think you're up to some kind of evil doing.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So then I make my way back to the place I've been living since I've been here.
Okay. Have you bought a house here, or are you more or less just kind of
Renting.
friends with Mac and stay at the tavern?
Yeah. Friends with Mac.
All right, you're friends with Mac at the tavern, so he gives you a little bit of a deal. Every time you're there, probably costs you about half. So for like a week, he only charges you like 4 or 5 because you've been around for a while.
Gotcha. Because I fixed his water wheel, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Magic. All right. So is anybody doing anything while the dwarf is gone?
No, I'm pretty much just winding down and going to sleep.
I'm probably gonna need to talk to somebody about trying to find a place to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you probably saw Sarah get kind of like a room key or something from the bartender.
Yeah, I don't normally trance in the open.
Yeah. So I overheard that there are rooms upstairs, and usually I end up having to sleep somewhere not very comfortable. So I wanted to see if I could, since I've been walking for a long time, I wanted to see if maybe I could give myself a little bit of me time.
Right. Oh God.
All right, we're going down the rabbit hole. 5 minutes in. All right,
That's the only hole we're going down.
You guys went there. I didn't. I did not.
Put the kids to bed.
All right.
Okay, so I walk up to the bartender, trying to pretty much like mimic the same way Sarah did, and I say, Hello, Mac. There are rooms upstairs. Could I possibly acquire a key for somewhere to sleep tonight?
Can he see your face, or are you like looking down?
I'm kind of looking up a little bit, but mostly down, like enough that they can see about that much.
All right. So, and I'm assuming you probably say it like in a somewhat quiet voice.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, hi, like I'm being nice. I'm trying to be,
Right.
I'm trying to sound as what they would want to hear.
Right. So, he sees you're trying to like be somewhat kind of cautious, maybe quiet, or maybe just a quiet individual. He pulls out from underneath the bar a paper that has a list of rooms. You see that a room costs 1 gold a night, or 6 for a week. So, yeah, you can look through that, and also has like the menu items that you can get from the tavern: food, drinks, things like that.
So I look at the list and I point at one of the rooms that is open, and I point at one night. And I was
Okay.
just like, yes, this would do quite kindly. How much?
And he points down at the paper, and he points at the part where it says 1 gold.
Okay.
He
No,
doesn't. He doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything. Just points at it.
I say, okay, so I reach in and I pull out 1 gold and said, thank you, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, he gives you the room key. Says room 4.
And I will go upstairs and go to bed.
All right. It's like, well, like it's probably like 7:30, 7:45 now. You got your latecomers coming in, getting their food. Just kind of people wandering in and out of the tavern. Some you could tell are in a rush to get back home, and some are finally just kind of rolling in from their long day's work, like I say, getting food, drink, like that. So, yeah. What Magic, Father White? What are you doing? Bree, what are you doing? Bree, you
I'm
finally.
probably gonna.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm getting like the more I sit down and think about it, I'm getting like really. It kind of upsets me that the church is burned down.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna go out and go take a look at it. Just see what was up, like, because it's.
Okay.
Like as a man of the cloth,
Right.
kind of bothers me. So I'm probably gonna take a look at it. And
Okay.
whatnot.
Absolutely. Right about the same time you're leaving, Bree's probably walking back into the tavern. So if you guys want to have a conversation there.
Slap him on his ass.
No.
Yeah.
If I pass by, just give him a greeting. Hey, Master Dwarf.
Do you say Master Dwarf?
Yeah.
Mister,
I didn't say like masturbator.
Okay.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's not a piece of shit dwarf. Yes. Yes. It's a colloquial greeting. Just,
Fair enough.
day, sir.
Tall guy, tall stranger. Hello.
Pat him on his head as he goes by. He's like, well, how you doing?
All right, Bree, you going into the tavern to go to bed for the night, or are you just gonna kind of chill out for the other, hour and a half till the curfew hits?
Well, if I live in the tavern,
You
am
normally,
I out
when the
now?
curfew hits, you normally just go. Yeah, people normally just go pass out. Because Mac has to make it home as well. He doesn't live in the tavern.
I'm just gonna head up, and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, he already has all the money. Your room number 1. So
7 silver pieces.
yeah, you've already paid for it. You're fine. So you head out to the church, Father White. And like
Well, the main reason that I was leaving, I guess I should have actually said this, is I'm assuming I was sitting at the bar when Glitter came up to the bar,
yeah,
drinking my apple juice, was because my character doesn't have a gold for a room. So he's probably gonna go camp out in the woods. I'm used to it, so it's like I've been traveling for a while, so I'm kind of used to it. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just go check out the church, then go find some tree to sleep under.
okay.
So I'm like, whatever.
So are you actually going back to the church, or are you gonna go kind of pass
Yeah,
out?
yeah, I'm going back to the church.
All right. So you get to the
It's
church.
like on a passing way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, you get to the church, and like I said, you notice that it's been burnt down. Half of it's still kind of standing, but the other half you can tell maybe collapsed in on itself. Probably about the same size as City Hall, so it's a pretty decent size.
Okay.
But yeah,
Can I tell what their deity was?
Or
who their deity was?
that right there you don't know, because there's no sign of it anywhere. any statue. There's no statues. There's no symbols anywhere. Maybe you can maybe sift through all the stuff and things, see if you can maybe find something. But it appears maybe all that's been taken away.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look.
Okay.
Just do rummaging.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's roll for this. Let's see what we get here. So you're gonna walk closer to the to the rubble now, the burnt rubble, and you're looking more along a sign of what deity it was.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and make just a perception roll. See, you're looking around for something in particular. You're going to use perception, obviously, to look for it.
There you go.
So, guys, real quick, going to explain the roll system. You're going to see two numbers over there, a 14 and a 24. In 5th edition, they have advantage, inspiration, and disadvantage. Whenever there's advantage, disadvantage, or inspiration, you roll 2 dice. If you have inspiration or advantage, you use the higher of the two. If you have disadvantage, you use the lower of the two. If you don't have either, you use the very first number, which is 14 in this case. All right, so we're looking, again, for some kind of sign of what deity they worshipped at this church. And you can see, it was the goddess. You end up finding a little, maybe like a necklace or an amulet, more or less, near the far side of the burnt building. And you could tell that it was the goddess Chauntea, Chauntea.
Okay.
So
now, without anything, what do I know about this goddess?
She is more or less she's like a goddess of maybe it says goddess of agriculture. You'd probably know that, being with a monastery for quite some time. She values.
So it's not some off-the-wall deity. I would know a little bit about it.
Yeah, you would know a little bit about it. It's not some crazy one. It's worshipped amongst the humans. It values life. It's one of the life deities that people talk about. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of absurd that they would burn it down, or that it's been burned down. So, it would strike you as odd.
I mean, could I think of like any kind of like enemies this church would have? I mean, it wouldn't make any sense that a farming church would have any enemies.
People that maybe get too into their deity. Obviously, they don't enjoy the mixed religions. There's also other deities that are more along the lines of death, and they support killing things and.
So just things. Like random acts of evil.
Right, more or less a random act of evil. Yeah. So. Anything else you want to look for in the church?
No, I'm probably gonna head out and maybe find somewhere close. Like, I'm not gonna leave town.
Right. Yeah. Just right on the edge.
There's a tree, like, I'm just gonna set up a bedroll and
kind
of sit there for a while.
All right. So, you're finding a tree. You lay down. After like 25 minutes, a guard walks by and asks you, "What are you doing?"
Oh, good evening, sir. I'm just laying down to rest. Is there a problem?
Yeah, you gotta be indoors after 9 p.m. You know this.
I didn't know this, sir. I just entered town today.
Did you not read the sign when you entered town?
No. I apologize, sir. But just to be completely honest with you, sir, I'm a man of the cloth. We don't have money. I could not afford the tavern, so that's why I'm here.
Who's your deity? Who do you praise?
I worship the god Ogma, the god of knowledge.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Come with me. We'll see. We'll see what we can do for you.
Great, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, me escorts you back to the tavern. When you get to inside the tavern, you notice that there's nobody around. Mac's not around. The bartender. Tables are all clean, everything like that. And you actually notice that when he went into the tavern, he used a key that he had. So he's like, I'll let the bartender Mac know that I'll cover your room. If you go look at the board near the stairs, you'll see what rooms are open. Feel free to pick one, and just let the bartender know in the morning that I'm covering it.
I also want to tell him that I was just looking at the church, trying to pay my respects, and I found the amulet, and I want to give him the amulet.
Okay. He's like, "What's this?"
I was paying my respects to the burnt church. I couldn't get much information out of the bartender, Mac, I guess you call him, and I just wanted to see for myself what would happen to or what had happened to a fellow place of worship. So I wanted to pay my respects, and while I was there, I found this, and I figured I would give it to the local authorities. Maybe it belonged to someone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, if you want to know what happened, you can check out the bounty board in the morning. There's actually we got a kind of a bounty out for the guy that did it. So yeah,
Understood. I will.
check that out in the morning. Yeah, curfew around here is 9 o'clock. We just kind of take anybody that's out after 9 doing bad things, especially after the church burning down and some other weird things that have been happening lately. So, and then he takes.
Understood. I'll choose a room and be on my way.
Yep, and he takes his leave, and you hear him lock the door as he leaves. You could still leave if you wanted, but people can't come in. So,
Understood.
all right,
Yeah, I'll just choose a room that's open and move my way there.
all right. So everyone's asleep. All right. So everyone, you all fall asleep. Okay. And when you guys are sleeping,
Oh, wait. Can I do my thing before I go to sleep?
yes, do your thing
All right,
real quick.
so-
Let me know when you're done.
Raru, I gotta pray. I pray. Can I tell everybody what I do? Or
Yeah,
is that-
absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, so pretty much what's going on is I'm on this quest because one night I was praying and my ancestors contacted me, told me a certain amount of information that sent me on this quest. So a couple nights before then and whatnot, or after that, I would continue to pray and my ancestors would send me information. So what we thought about doing with the game is I would pray every night. So when I pray at night, at random, I'm going to choose... Fuck you, Zora. I'm going to choose a random person in chat. See it.
Good
Peripheral.
lord.
I can you can choose a random person in chat to be one of my ancestors. So what that means is you have to whisper me a piece of information at night. It has to be relevant to the game. You can't just be like Donald Trump 2016, like something like that. Like it has to be relevant to the game, and it can't be
Tell in
like
the future.
can't be like sneak into room 6 and kill the dwarf, you know. So it's gotta be something like the example that I used was like my ancestor last night told me don't trust the dwarf. So for the next day, I'm gonna be like pretty weary of like what's this fucking dwarf doing? Like what do I have to be? Even if it's not true, like because my ancestors are kind of torn between good and evil. So it's like for the first night, I'm gonna use Raru.
That's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
This is like an example.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
So Raru, be
Can I
my
whisper?
ancestor.
No.
No.
So, Robert, take your time. You've got a
Party
couple.
member can't be an ancestor.
You've got a couple minutes here.
Glitter could be.
All right. So you guys have all
Fun.
fallen asleep. Magic. Let's just say you've already prayed. You've gotten your answer. Stuff like that. So when you fall asleep, you feel like you awaken, but you could tell you're still in a dream, and you four are all in the same room, more or less. This room is completely surrounded by stone, and it's probably about a 20 by 20 room. You can see some writing and some symbols on the wall in front of you. Glitter is actually the only one that would be able to read the writing. So Glitter, if you want to actually go and open that up, you can.
Yes. Is that the thing?
Yeah,
That's
under
okay.
journals. Yes.
All right.
All right. The first thing that you guys hear when you kind of awaken into your own dream, I guess, is how you would say it. Well, Zora, Sarah, you're going to see a flashback of the demon that destroyed your town. Father White, you see a vision of a demon watching your family burn. Bree, you're gonna see a vision where a demon steals Narsil, and then kills your father with it, and then kills your father with it right in front of you, and then Glitter,
Fuck up.
and then Glitter, you're gonna see a vision of your parents dying to the demon who cursed your family. So you guys are all awake in this room together, but you're You could tell it's still a dream type thing, but it's one of those more. It's way too vivid. You could tell it's real. You guys hear a voice. Do you think your hammer is safe, dwarf? Do you think your precious tree will not burn, elf? Do you think your ancestors are truly helping you, human? Ah, yes, and you, tiefling, you will be the cause of all of it. And that's all you hear. And
you all hear that? Or
yeah,
each
you
of us hears
all
one
you
message?
all heard that.
So we hear everyone's.
Yes, you all hear the basics of that. Yes, everyone heard what I just said right there. So now again, there's Glitter is the only one that can technically read this. It's written in a language that nobody can actually read except for Glitter. So yeah, you guys are all four in the same room right now. What do you guys do? You guys are all kind of like, what the fuck?
Hey guys.
I would probably stand there with my hood down because I'm used to just when I see people to just kind of like, just like I don't want to cause any issues.
Right.
I'm gonna head right for her.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm gonna say for tiefling.
Okay.
I'm gonna threaten the voice.
What?
I'm gonna threaten the voice. I'm gonna threaten it.
What do you say?
Give me a
There's no
second.
tables. There's no tables for you to break, Avery.
There are no tables. Yeah. What do you say to this voice?
Come at me, brah. No. I'm gonna say, you think you're so tough, voice? Why don't you manifest yourself and show me who you are?
Soon, but not today.
Okay, so everybody's coming at me now.
Two of them are.
Not me.
And how? In what way though? Are you like forcibly?
I'm not
coming at me,
fucking
like, are you
bull.
gonna
Bull
no.
tackle
Yeah,
you.
but are you like trying to like hurt me, or am I like should I be like scared or something? Or...
I've got an arrow ready on my drawstring.
I'm like walking over, like hands up, like I'm not trying to
Okay.
go in for a cop and feel kind of thing.
I hope not. You're a monk, bro.
Let me see the hands. Let me see your hands.
Just ankles though.
Okay, so I kind of like I will glance up and kind of look for a second and go oh I don't mean it I don't know who that was. I swear I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what's happening.
I don't really trust what she's saying. Like,
I don't either. I still
pretty
have my
obvious
bow
that
up and
like
ready, not asking you
deduction
questions.
is like, well, one's a dwarf, obviously. One's a, I know who I am. One's an elf, so the fifth or the.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a tiefling, but I seriously I don't know what that voice was. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Can I tell if she's lying? If she is lying?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, I mean, you could try. I don't.
It's insight, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be insight. Be able to tell. I mean, yeah, Glitter, are you lying? Yes or no?
No, I'm not.
I was
lying.
gonna say, I don't think she is. So, yeah, I mean, you feel her words are actually kind of true. That maybe she actually doesn't know.
So we're both walking towards her. Breezy's just swinging his hammer at
I
the
don't have my
darkness.
hammer. I don't have my
Have
hammer.
it.
I'm
Yep.
just screaming at the darkness.
No, you have your hammer. Your
I
hammer
do
is
He
have-
does.
your hammer's right next to you. Yep.
Okay.
Just like she
shit.
has her bow, and just like you guys
Okay.
all have your weapons.
Why do you hide yourself, Tiefling?
It just causes problems. I just keeping my head down is much easier than having to deal with what people think of me.
With you going on kind of a pilgrimage, I guess you would understand that they're not very common and they're very frowned upon.
Well, I mean, I was like born a little
Right.
bit, but I just kind of was like asking, like, it was like an off way of asking, is there a reason
Right.
why other than being an outcast.
Right.
I could be like, I'll put my hood down since I don't really know what's happening. I can put my hood down if it would make you guys more comfortable, but I do need to warn you, I am a tiefling. It's not pretty.
I'm not moving my bow, but do I know that she's not lying?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you don't know anything that I would.
Yeah, I still have my bow up and ready to shoot.
I'm still screaming at the air.
Do I see Zora? Sarah?
Yeah, I mean,
fucking...
you guys are all. That room is
pop a
literally.
cap.
It's like a 15 by 15 room, square room, no doors.
Okay.
I try to defuse the situation.
Okay.
Lady Elf, please. It's obvious we are not in common world. Let us work together to find out what is going on and how we may exit this place.
You think you're so tough hiding in the darkness? Show yourself.
Okay, so
Okay.
go, sassy.
Hold on. Okay, so I face Father White, and then I'm like, but how do you know, like, if she is deceiving us or not? You know, why should I trust her or you?
Well, there's a reason we're all here. It's obvious that someone wants us to not trust her. And I believe she's telling the truth. I believe she's here for a reason as well. I believe we're all here for a reason. Whether that reason is a bow or shouting, a lot of shouting. believe it's for a common goal.
Well, with all due respect, I don't necessarily trust her, but I will trust you. And then I kind of like lower my bow a little bit.
Punch her in the face. Give her the elbow.
Okay, so out of a show of good faith, I will take my hands and I will lower my hood like this. My gloves aren't very long, so my robe, you actually will see some of my arm about right here. You'll see about that much of it. So you will see, if you take notice to it, my skin, you will see a bit of the difference, as well as you will see my face, which is white eyes, a little bit of red tint to it, a little bit of scale from the draconic. So you will see that I'm not a normal human.
And she will have some horns on her
And
head.
little horns, just like that.
Yep.
So as she does this, I stop yelling at the darkness and look over and go, "Holy sweet Jesus!
Damn, girl.
What are you?"
And I will, and with that reaction, I will immediately move a bit farther backwards if I could, kind of like instinctively trying to hide myself under my hood, which is no longer there.
Right. Yeah, Breezy actually was like, "What are you?"
What are you?
I'm just a tiefling. I didn't want this. I didn't. This isn't me. I don't want this anymore.
Calm down, child. Tell us why. What do you mean this? What is this?
This. I want to look like you. I don't want horns. I don't want to look insane. It's not worth anything. I was born like this and thrown out on the street. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am. I don't know what to do.
Do we know? Like, do we have enough knowledge to know why tieflings?
You will understand that tieflings. Most people know why tieflings are tieflings. Them or someone in their ancestry kind of made a deal with a demon and didn't uphold their part. It's not like they got tricked. It's more or less that they tried to trick the demon and the demon retaliated. That's normally why a person's a tiefling, and it will constantly go on. It doesn't skip. It doesn't ever go away until the debt is paid. So yeah, you would understand that either her or one of her ancestors made a deal with the demon.
Then I would ask her, name your demon child. Do you know?
I don't know who he is. I just know that I was born like
Do
this.
I know who mine is? Metagame.
Well, I mean,
No, just do I yes or no? Just say yes. Or
just
He said or no, but then he
circle yes and no.
I would think you would. Yeah, I would think
Mhm.
at least you. I mean, it comes from ancestry, so yeah, I would think you would.
All right, fair enough.
It's pretty much like I saw. Okay, how about this? I don't know who he is, but I saw him once in a dream when I was very little, and I know what he looks like. I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to survive.
And you just saw him again, technically, right before you guys all got sucked into this dream.
Yep.
I ask her, what does he look like?
He looks kind of he looks like me. There's a little bit of red tint to it. But he has very big black horns that are kind of pointy. They bend out and then bend back forward again. He doesn't even look human, truthfully. He just looks disgusting, almost like a dog. I I don't know. It was a long time ago, but I mean, I just saw him recently, and it's scary, just like it was years ago.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you guys even believe me in any of this or trust me at all, considering what that voice just said. But there is something on the wall.
s-
Fucking magic.
I could
There is
only
something.
I could only see the big black. That's all I saw.
Big black horns is what it said.
Okay.
Quotation marks.
I see something written on that wall over there. I don't. Can you guys see what that says?
Can we?
I can't
You
understand
can
it.
you can see it. You can't. Yeah, you can't read it. You see the symbols that you guys see now in roll 20. Think of them more as like what it would look like back then as a symbol. But for you guys, just so you guys understand, these are the 8 or so symbols that you see on the wall, but you cannot read the writing that's above it.
I'm gonna do I have everything? Like, do I have my pack?
Yeah, you got everything on you.
All right, so I'm gonna make a note of these symbols.
Okay.
I'm still staring at Glitter or Cassandra. I can't stop staring. Like completely.
But I'm gonna
off.
get really close to them, like like a scholar almost, because Ogma's got a
Just
knowledge.
kinda studying it,
scholar
yeah.
monk, so kind of yeah.
Okay.
It kind of like takes me over. Like I don't even like acknowledge Glitter. I just walk over there, like look at this
Right.
thing.
I take a mental note of it since I don't have anything to write on.
And then I will kind of be able to see over the shoulder of what magic is writing and see that it's different from what I see, or for what I can
Yeah,
do.
well, the writing's like up. It's it's up above. It's like 8 feet in the air, and then the symbols are like almost face level.
Okay.
So yeah. Before
So-
we go any further, we're actually gonna take a quick break. About every hour, we're gonna take a break. Allows me to take notes on anything I need to, recoup my thoughts. Let you guys go take a break, take a
Eat.
drink, eat
Yeah.
food, whatever. So yeah, we will be back. In just a couple minutes, guys. We're gonna take again just a 3 or 4 minute break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in this this dream or this awakened dream. So yeah, guys, we'll see you here in just a few minutes, and yeah, stay tuned.